Welcome back to Future Proofing You Book Club. Today's chapter is on chapter 6, Turning Perseverance into Passion. The quote is, "A river cuts through rock, not because of its power, but because of its persistence." That quote was from James Watkins. Now this story is about a man who found it difficult to get management to change. And a lot of us who have jobs, who are working, kind of have this, some of us, not all of us, have this mentality that I could do it better than a manager. I was one of them. However, I knew I was better and I could lead better in the position I was at. And I'll get into why that's important. But this person said they just don't get it. And at 32 years old, he was knocking on every single door he could because he had this idea he would take off. He had no job. His wife was pregnant with their first child, and Howard, refused to give up. Having growing up in Brooklyn, public housing projects, and having made it to West Coast all on his own, Howard knew he wasn't a quitter. And of 242 people he pitched to, only 217 turned him down. Now that's an important number because 242 people, that's more than 10, that's more than 20, that's more than 30. That's more than double digits, that's triple digits. And this is a lot. This says a lot about like going out there, like how many people are going to tell you no and turn you around. Today, Howard Schultz's Starbucks has over 28,000 locations, employing more than 290,000 partners. That's insane. After being rejected multiple times. Now, imagine some of us give up after the 10th person, the 20th person, the 30th person. But this guy was so persistent about his passion, which was coffee, that he didn't give up. Now, truth number 6 is passion makes you unstoppable. Nothing in this world can take the place of persistence. Talent will not. Nothing is more common than unsuccessful men with talent. Genius will not. Unrewarded genius is almost a proverb. Education will not. The world is full of educated derelicts. Persistence and determination alone are omnipotent. Now, Bill Gates himself said, "I've never took a day off in my 20s. Not one. I worked every single day that I could because I had a higher purpose." Here it says, "Why were the highly accomplished so dodged in their pursuits?" Duckworth writes, "For most, there was no realistic expectation of ever catching up to their ambition. In their own eyes, they were never good enough. They were the opposite of complacent, and yet, in the very real sense, they were satisfied being unsatisfied. Each was chasing something of unparalleled interest and importance, and it was the chase as much as the capture that was gratifying. Even if some of the things they had to do were boring or frustrating or even painful, they wouldn't dream of giving up. Their passion was enduring." So, Duckworth kind of explains this through a parable. So 3 bricklayers are asked, "What are you doing?" The first says, "I am laying bricks." The second says, "I am building a church." And the third says, "I am building the house of God." The first bricklayer has a job, the second has a career, and a third has a calling. The endorphins released by our brains when we experience purposeful moments are the positive reinforcements we need to push on. In anything we do, any endeavor, Starbucks former chairman Howard Schultz is fond of saying, "It's not what you do, it's why you do." When you have a driving purpose, persistence can be cultivated. Successful people weren't born persistent. It's not an innate gift. It's not a gift. Persistence is a learned skill that grows out of having an openness for new experiences, which in turn raise the consciousness of your actions. Now, purpose through life experiences, in order for that to happen, you need to interact with the world, you need to be more in justice, what you witness, and you need to live more life. Instead of just gliding through it on the autopilot, like most of us do when we just wake up, the basic brush your teeth, wash your face, get ready, we need to participate. And this is a key factor in developing our passion, and so we just need to get involved. And the one thing I love to tell people is We are so closed into this box that we forget what's inside of it, because we created this routine that is so flowing, yet we don't really know what's out of our comfort box because we created it to stop us from going outside of it. And some of us do this unconsciously only because we were either raised that way or we just don't know how to exit our box. But the most important thing to get to know more things and to see more things is to really go out there and do different things so you can see life differently. If you're too bored or don't know what to do, the reason is because you have limits to yourself. To limit yourself is the worst thing you can do, because you need to go out there to find your passion. Tony Robbins was a human development trainer who at first was jobless, broke, and spent his days watching soap opera. When he hit rock bottom and tired of being fat and broke, that's when he committed himself to working every hour on transforming his life. So he says, the path to success is to take massive, determined action. A real decision is measured by the fact that you've taken a new action. If there's no action, you haven't truly decided. Courage doesn't mean you don't get afraid. Courage means you don't let fear stop you. And so there's 4 questions for cultivating passion. To help you get in the mindset for a journey of personal self-exploration to cultivate your own passion, here are 4 reflective questions you should ask yourself. 1, what would your 4th grade self be proud of who you are today? 2, what makes time stand still for you? 3, if you were a billionaire, Bruce Wayne, aka Batman, how would you save the world? And 4, if you only had a year to live, how would you spend it? Nothing can stop anyone who has a love and a passion for their work. If you really want to create wealth and develop persistence in all you do, find a purpose bigger than yourself. But just having a purpose will not make you persistent overnight. Now that you have the why in your life, here are 6 proven techniques for staying on course. So these are 6 techniques for maintaining passion. 1, build a support network of other persistent people. 2, set tangible goals and outline all the micro steps needed to achieve them. 3, beyond writing down your goals, you must devote a set time of each day to working on them. Number 3, beyond writing down your goals, you must devote a set time of each day to working on them. Number 4, develop your own reward system to keep things fun and exciting. Number 5, make sure your goals are your goals. And number 6, don't assume money will motivate you. That's it now of the chapter. But when you talk about writing beyond your goals, the reason why goals are so important because they keep you on track of what you want to achieve. You may think that you know what you're going to do, what you want to do, the next steps possible, but sometimes life just throws so much things into your direction that it throws you off course. But having your goals set, whether it's the day before, whether it's the day of, and to check them off as a checklist, that is going to keep you on course. All while things are being thrown at you, job, work, right? Work, people, friends, family, whatever it is, your goals are going to keep you set on course. To develop your own reward system, a lot of us, or me, for example, when I complete something and I move on to the next thing and complete something and move on to the next thing, complete it just to get closer into my status of a millionaire for myself, I love to reward myself. A lot of the times I used to limit myself on what I would get or buy, whether it was like an $800 item, a $900 item, but I decided, you know what? The best part about living is that you have one life. And the best part of having one life is that you get to do whatever you want within that life. I know some people don't believe in just having one life and being reincarnated, but this life itself, it is one. Before you get reincarnated, you have to live a life, right? So in order to enjoy life, don't forget to reward yourself. We keep course and focus too much on what we got to do, what's the next thing, what we need to buy. But sometimes if you accidentally spend and splurge on yourself, don't punish yourself and don't discourage yourself, but just remind yourself that you are human and sometimes you do need that love of yourself. Wealth is the ability to fully experience life, and only true passion makes that possible. And the reason why that is so important is because, as I've told many of my friends or many of the people who have come to me, many people I don't know who just text me and saying they've heard of me, they ask me, what can I do to get things right? The first thing I tell them is, if your motivation is just to get something to make yourself more money, then that's when you're gonna get bored or you're just gonna give up. Because when you're just focused on making the money and you notice that you're making $2, $3, or $4 here and there, but it's not what you truly want, it's not that $1 million checkbook someone's giving you, it's not that $1 million tip somebody's giving you, you begin to get discouraged. But when you make it about your passion, when you make it about something you truly love and enjoy, and you see the rewards coming with it, right? Someone tipping you, someone giving you more than you expected it, or even someone just giving you a gift and you had no idea they were gonna give you, just by doing your passion, that comes with it. If you worry more about your passion, the rest follows. And I'm so glad I came across this because it just proves me to be on course. And the next thing is to create opportunities. You have to find someone or something that is going to lead you towards more opportunity. In order for you to get out there, you need to throw yourself out there. Now, throwing yourself out there is one thing, but looking for the right people and the right connections and building your good network is about finding the right people. Now, in order to find the right people, you need to be like Howard and go after and introduce yourself to more than hundreds of people. You have to. If you're set to this 10 people, then that's the 10 people you're just gonna believe exist. But if you go out there into the world and find at least 1 million people, that's gonna change your life drastically. Because the people you know now, they've got you as far as they can in life. That's it. The people you have now in your life have gotten you as far as you are now in life. Remember that. Because they serve their purpose. But now you need to go out there and find other people different from these people. Because many people, mindset, they're not all the same like every other person. And what their mindset is limited to, they'll also limit your mindset to. What they know and they share with you, you know. But if that's all they know, then that's all you're gonna know. Now, if that's all you're gonna know, then that's when you have to find somebody else to teach you other things so that you know more than what you already know, to what you now know, to what you could now know. Does that make sense? It should make sense. Anyways, so the importance of turning perseverance into passion is that when you find your passion, perseverance comes naturally. And it comes naturally because you have now found something you love and truly enjoy that you found super rewarding to yourself, because not only can you just enjoy the moment, but you're willing to push forward to make your dreams a reality. The moment you find something working for you is the moment you're gonna work harder for that thing to become known. And when you make that thing known, that's when you hit it off the park. But that's it for chapter 6. Chapter 6, again, it's about passion and how it makes you unstoppable. The next chapter is chapter 7. But there are 15 chapters. There's 12 truths, 15 chapters. Part 2 is 13, 14, and 15. However, I don't know, just thank you for watching this book club. Join this book club. These books have a lot more detail into them and a lot more you can learn from. I just hit the bold points again, but again, if you want to purchase your book, there's a link in the YouTube description below for you to buy your book so you could follow along, or just watch these videos, get the pointers, whatever you prefer, and enjoy the ride. Like, subscribe, comment your ratings below, and let's just become millionaires.